Well, welcome. It's going to be a little bit different since we're talking about gas stations today, but technology innovations have and continue to shape who we are as a society. Gas stations are a major component of our society's infrastructure. Without gas stations, our ability to travel even around our local communities would be very limited. The gas station of the future really is important to everyone. Technology innovations such as cloud, big data, mobile, the Internet of Things, alternative fuels are all becoming part of today's gas station. And are having major impacts on consumer experience, operations, marketing, and it's these technologies that are helping define that gas station. Man has evolved from using rudimentary tools to today's technology. Mobile phones have gone from that bag to the smartphone we all have in our pocket. So much gas stations. But the best way to understand it is to take a look back in history and see where we came from in order to understand where we're going. Gas used to be distributed in 1- and 5-gallon containers on the roadside. The first gas station didn't exist until 1905, and the first true American gas station was born. The technology that enabled it, a gravity-fed tank, wait for it, a garden hose. We've really come a long way from the garden hose. But from the 20s through the 40s, we saw big changes that have defined what the gas station is and how it looks today. Things like Shell standardizing station design and pump technology, Standard Oil introducing additives to make your car run better, loyalty programs emerge with prepaid gasoline books, and the idea of real customer service with gas jockeys and free air. Even Texaco and Phillips offered the registered and certified public restrooms for cleanliness. I wish we still had those today. But then in the late 40s and into the 50s, the idea of self-serve came about, pump your own gas. The gaseterias existed in California. This was again enabled by technology advancements in the pump and for safety. The 60s saw promotional giveaways for brand loyalty. And then OPEC, the OPEC oil embargo of the 70s, really changed the shape of the industry, pushing out the mom and pops and making way for the big brand mega stations that we all know today. Those stations today, that concept of the big station with the convenience store really came about in the 80s and have evolved to what you see today. But perhaps the biggest technology innovation was that of the gas pump. The first pump that actually metered volume came about in 1912. Direct marketing on the pump toppers, 1914. But the coolest piece was in 1933 when the first computerized pump meter that actually measured volume and price was introduced. This was a big deal because it brought about the phrase fill her up, because previously the meters only did volume and attendants had to calculate the price themselves, so they tried to fuel up in full dollar amounts. But what's really neat, besides pump technology, is now mobile payments. How can I pay at the pump? Credit cards at the pump didn't exist till 1980s. Now we've got EMV chip cards for identity protection in Europe and starting to come to the US. But the most exciting one is really near-field communication, QR codes, mobile wallets, mobile applications. People leave home today without their wallet, but they don't leave home without their smartphone. We should be able to take those types of purchases and let people replace their wallet with their phone and make that available no matter where we're going. It also allows us to collect more data about our customers, which is really, you think about big data, it's a key piece. But you can't think about the gas station of the future if you don't think about alternative fuels. They're necessary. Ethanol, piece that we all have in our cars today, actually came about in the 1930s. Again, we go back to the past to understand what our future innovations are. Things are changing so quickly in alternatives. You've got hydrogen fuel now, higher percentages of ethanol, bios, compressed natural gas, LNG, electricity. All of these are shaping what our new gas station is. It may not even be called a gas station in the future. And then as vehicles start to change, the design of vehicles will change, that perhaps that electric car, instead of plugging in, just pulls in underneath a solar panel or is powered by a wind energy that provides the electricity to that site. But as technology advances and the practical and economical cars are built to take advantage of these alternative fuels, gas station infrastructure will also need to be modified to support it. But technology innovations are coming at such a rapid pace. Perhaps there will be technologies that were only imagined in our sci-fi movies that will be reality for the gas station of the future. We might be pulling up in our car looking to find fuel for our flux capacitor in order to give us the 1.2 gigawatts of energy necessary to go back to the future. I think that'd be a fun one. Or perhaps we'll be like George Jetson and have a flying car. In many ways, the gas station of the future is already here and continuing to evolve quickly. all of which is and will continue to be driven by technology innovations from the past, the present, and those of tomorrow. I'm sure most people never thought that they'd be talking about cloud, big data, mobile technologies in the same sentence as gas stations. But it's these technologies that are helping to define the gas station of the future. It's an exciting time for the industry and technology in general. Thank you very much for your time.